Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Now, my dearest Sagittarians, this is a reading from May 13th through June 25th for Venus going retrograde in Gemini. Now, I'm not an astrologer, but I did a little bit of digging for you, and Venus entered Gemini back on April 3rd. And it's going to be in Gemini until April 27th. So our sweet, loving, caring, tender Venus entered fun and flirty Gemini. And we suddenly have this great clarity in what will make us happy. You know, it's this fun and effervescent energy. It's lighthearted and a more cerebral approach to love. We're going to be looking more at lovers who thrill our minds rather than passion and intense physical attractions. But on May 13th, Venus is going retrograde, and issues regarding love and money, because Venus also rules money, may stagnate or even dry up. You might feel as though you have insurmountable challenges in certain relationships, and all of this tension that we might be experiencing is really going to help us gain perspective once we kind of come out of this Venus in retrograde. Okay, we might also see old lovers resurfacing for healing and closure. Okay, and other people who are just coming back to us. All right, so take it as it comes, Sag. So without further ado, I'm going to invite spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, and our spirit guides to this space to deliver the messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, in case you've forgotten, from May 13th through June 25th. All right, Venus in retrograde or retrograding in Gemini. Okay, messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs from May 13th through June 25th. May 13th through June 25th, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Dog barking. Wow, you guys get the same card as Aries. There might be something in that Aries reading that you guys need to hear. Ooh, Sag, what's going on? What is going on? Ooh, I like that. And I like that. Some of you, there might be an ex who's returning. Your overall energy is the Two of Pentacles. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. This is all about that happy medium, about finding balance. This is someone who, they're juggling, whether it's two people, two ideas, work and love, whatever it might be. They look good doing it. They make it look easy. But remember, it's not an energy that you can keep up forever. Okay, and Sagittarius, you guys, I know, sometimes have a hard time saying no and taking on a lot of responsibilities, okay? And you don't want to do that here. You want to make sure that you're balanced. Underneath that, you have the Six of Swords. This is a beautiful transition, a transition out of a difficult period of time. Page of Cups. This could be an apology. This could be an offering or the beginning of a new love. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. And then we have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. But you do have the Five of Wands. I feel like some of you guys have left behind this toxic, petty relationships or behavior patterns. Some of you might have been stuck in sort of not seeing the big picture, and maybe you're stuck in the house with somebody and arguing over, where you left a cup or something like that. Okay, and which is understandable. Everybody gets kind of frustrated, especially with this compression and the tension that we may be feeling because of, being at home or sheltering in place and that sort of thing. So, Sag, you guys are coming up as the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. You might have that in your chart. You just might be exhibiting these qualities. It's a card about dreaming big. And Sagittarius is a very optimistic sign, and you guys are all about dreaming big and making it happen. But the Seven of Cups in reverse is telling me that you're grounding this energy, that you're bringing things back to earth, that you are, cutting through confusion. You might be focusing more on the mundane, the day-to-day things, rather than getting stuck in the dream world. There might be something that's anchoring you there as well. But what I'm seeing though is in your surroundings is this Five of Swords, and that's nasty energy. This is air energy. Okay, some of you are dealing with Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or have that in your chart. But it could also be an ex, because the Queen of Swords to me is like about an ex coming back, or maybe what you thought was done, something you'd healed and cleared. They might need that healing and that closure, and they might be coming back to you. So Spirit's saying it's really important. Keep your head down, focus on the work at hand, no matter what sort of storm is brewing around you. The Five of Swords might indicate that you guys are in a relationship where somebody's out to win at all costs. It could be revenge. I don't feel like this is physical danger though, but I do feel like somebody has been hurt. Their ego has been hurt, their pride has been hurt, or something along those lines. The Five of Swords is an empty victory. Again, it's somebody who's fighting and they've lost sight of what they're fighting for, why they're doing it, but all they want to do is inflict some sort of pain, or they want to see you lose, or vice versa, right? Take it how it resonates. What's blocking you is the Nine of Swords. This is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, and this is all about worst case scenario thinking. This is being stuck in fear, anxiety. This is exhaustion. This is panic mode. Okay, so again, take a look around you. How have you been reacting to sheltering in place, world events, but also, are you panicking? Are you making things out to be worse than they really are, and trying to, Spirit's asking you and saying, it's time to ground yourself. I think you're getting confused. You might be thinking about, 100 different things at once, and the coulda, woulda, shouldas, and the what ifs, and that's creating anxiety. And then you're thinking about the past, and that's depression. And Spirit's asking you to ground yourself and keep yourself centered. How do you keep yourself centered? Eight of Pentacles. Focus on the everyday. That came out earlier, when I got that. Eight of Pentacles is some of you might be bearing or might need to focus on work or your physical health and well-being, getting a wellness program together while you're sheltering in place. Whether that's, figuring out how to exercise at home, or whether that's, how are you working from home, and trying to maybe take your mind off of whatever this Five of Wands, Five of Swords energy. I can see that you're balancing it, and you're trying to make this transition forward. Again, some of you might be expecting an apology, or, waiting on an apology, or trying to figure out how you can apologize to somebody else, because the Five of Wands, again, we see this pettiness and this arguing and a little bit of toxicity that you are dealing with, or are dealing with for some of you. In your past though, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. I love that. That's something that's come to an end, and now it's ready. You're ready for a new cycle. And when it's in the reverse, it's this healing. It's releasing that poison. Okay, so it's really good. So I feel like you've done this. But again, remember, retrograde season brings back certain people and situations to trigger us, especially in our love lives, that for healing and for closure. Okay, so it could be this ex who's coming back, or it could be you, something that triggers you, something that you thought that you had healed that hasn't. What you're thinking about, this is that Gemini energy, but it's Virgo or Gemini. The Magician is all about the power that you have. Some of you might be feeling like, feeling a little bit upset about how far you've fallen. Like, some of you were doing such a good job. This is you thinking, this is not me telling you this, but you guys thinking and knowing and feeling this healing taking place, and like, well, I've done such a great job. I've gotten over this situation, or this person, or this heartbreak, or this betrayal, okay, or this abusive relationship, because I do see that some of you may have been involved in a physically and or verbally, emotionally abusive situation. And the Magician card is it's about manifestation, and it's about being able to use all the tools that are at your disposal. Sorry, I don't know where my words went. But I'm seeing some of you guys feeling like you've lost your way, like you were so on the right track, and then this person comes in, or this message, or something you see on social media, or whatever it is comes back in, and you feel like it's put you on this downward spiral, and I can hear you beating yourself up about it. For some of you, this Queen of Swords energy is your energy. You're being mean to yourself. You're engaging in a lot of negative self-talk. How could I let that happen? I was doing so well. I was healed. I was healing. Why did I go and look at their their Facebook page, or whatever it is? Or why did I look at their Instagram, or whatever it might be? But Spirit's saying, stop doing that. There's no need for you this is not your authentic self. We're human. There are oftentimes we feel like we've healed situations, and being triggered and triggered by them again is just a sign that there's a little bit more work to do, but also that you're human. Okay, because I see that this is like a big deal. There's a lot of fighting. This is something I feel like went on for a long time. It was hard for you to overcome. And the Magician card is here, telling you that you can do that. And, just because you've had a little minor relapse or, downward spiral or whatever you were triggered by here, or maybe some of you are still dealing with this situation, but that you have all the tools at your disposal. And just because, we're triggered by something or we fall back a little bit, we're not exactly where we are. Healing takes time and it's a process. Okay. And even when, years could go by and you think you're healed and something, boom, there are things that we have to deal with. Okay. So it's interesting energy here. And in your final outcome, you get the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords to me is really telling me, for a lot of times, my Swords cards are cards of exes, like King and Queen of Swords. So it could be an ex who's coming back to you. It could be that they're coming back to you with a vengeance. They're coming back, they're angry. Maybe you've recently broken up with someone, and it was just a poisonous relationship. And I feel like the weight of the world was lifted off your shoulders once that relationship sort of ended or you got rid of it. You might still have to put up some boundaries. You might have to block this person. You might have to do some cord cutting. Okay, this is really important energetic work. Finding someone if you can't do it on your own. So try meditations and that sort of thing first. And then if that doesn't work, find somebody who can help you cut energetic ties with whatever this negative energy is. Okay, because it's time to go. You don't need it hanging around, holding you back. And I feel like for some of you, it is getting in the way of work, or it's getting in the way of you manifesting the abundance or the love or the relationship that you want or you need in your life. Now, again, I'm not an astrologer, but we did have the North and South nodes move from Cancer and Capricorn into Gemini, Sagittarius. So my Sagittarians out there, you guys might want to research on how that's affecting you. All right, so let's go ahead and see what additional messages we have for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs from May 13th through June 25th. Attachment. Yeah, again, some of you guys really need to do some cord cutting. Okay, if you don't know what that is, you can just do a little search, energetic cord cutting. For others of you, you know that there's this unhealthy attachment to this person. Either you have that to this person or they have it with you. Okay, but it's causing you so much anxiety. You need to, Spirit's saying big time, take a chainsaw and cut that cord. Woman holding a coin. I love this energy because the 42 breaks down to a 6, which is my card of Venus, right? And Venus is about love and about money. And I always see this woman as sort of the blend between, the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Fire, Queen of Wands. So it's all about where are you going to be investing your time, your energy, your love, and your resources, and is it worth it to invest in this situation that looks like just so draining and so toxic. So it might be time for you to just, shift your direction. Where are you going to invest in yourself, self-love, self-care, or another relationship, or just, I want you to get away from this, whatever this energy is. Like, I really want you to get away from it. I don't like it. It's really negative. It's lots of shadow energy. And, Spirit's saying you have the ability to manifest this. Some of you are burying yourselves in work and just like trying to ignore it, trying to push forward. There may be a feminine energy here that can help you, okay, to get out of this situation, like a mother or a sister type figure, or it could just be your feminine side. All right. There's just something I don't like here, though. I see you guys often as like that Queen of Wands energy. And the Queen of Wands is gifted a black cat. And the universe gives black cats to people who really enjoy life. And I feel like whatever the situation is, it's just been dimming your light, your optimism. Like you don't even feel like going out. Not that we can right now, right? But like that you're normally vivacious and bubbly. Oh, I don't like it at all. I don't like the energy around you at all, Sagittarius. Remember, this isn't going to resonate for all of you. The thinking woman. Again, I feel like there's help either through maternal or sister figures, some sort of feminine energy. Remember, it doesn't always have to be gender. It could be somebody who just, has more feminine energy. The thinking woman, she's also going to help you with strategy. She's also going to help you get away. She's about to go up these stairs. She's going to take you with her. Okay, so I don't feel like some of you, for some of you, it's more serious than others. I don't want you all to worry that all of a sudden you're in physical danger or you're in some, you'll know it if if this is resonating with you, how toxic this relationship or this person is. It's going to be varying degrees for all of you. I feel like you're really keeping up appearances though. And you're not telling a lot of people about what you're going through or, what you've been experiencing with this person. And I really do see this feminine energy coming in to help you. Okay, that there's a feminine energy that you can confide in or that's going to help you sort of heal from this or start the process or, get through this process, because you need closure and you need healing and you get community. What was I saying to you? Look at that. Sisters, friends, family. If this isn't somebody in your physical world, Spirit is telling you you're divinely supported. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides. They're, all around you. This is sisters of the seasons as well. But yeah, you're going to find some of you might be going to or need a support group, whether that's online. I don't know how that's working during the, if people, I'm sure people are doing like distance support groups. And I think I want you to know, Sag, that if that's what you need, that's available to you. Okay. You're just going to have to look for it, but I feel like it's necessary. Okay. I know it's sort of taken a weird turn, this reading, but, remember this Venus and Gemini energy is all about getting clarity about really what we want, what we need. And it's kind of like bringing that effervescent, flirty and fun energy back. And where I see that you've just been oppressed or suppressing this side, because this is heavy energy around you. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Yeah, there's a sense of urgency here. I'm sensing, again, like if you guys were thinking about getting a support group, I'm really seeing that there are options available to you. There's like help available to you guys. All right, for others of you, it's all about just figuring out, the Magician, figuring out what it is you really want. We need to take sort of a lighthearted and cerebral approach to love, and that's not what's going on in this reading. Okay, and it's getting clarity, and what will make us happy is the first step. And that card is saying, that is the first step. And it's okay to identify what you don't want. And it's best to identify what you do want, focus on your desired outcomes rather than your feared outcomes, but any of those are good first steps. Passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. For some of you, it's recovering from whatever this energy is. Oof, religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So for some of you, you might be with somebody who's very different from you, someone who has different ideology. I just got, for some of you, you might be with somebody who's like from a real machista culture, or really sort of like, but not all of you. It's just sort of, it could also be a, it could just be metaphorically like somebody whose values are really different about gender roles, and what men are supposed to do versus what women are supposed to do. And it doesn't just have to be men and women, it can be same-sex partnerships, in the households that we were brought up in. Some of you might be feeling really isolated as well. You might have like friends and family. You might have a lot of sisters. You might have, a lot of siblings, and this person might be sort of like isolating you from them, which would be a major red flag to look out for. Is that the type of person that you can be with? And if you do feel like you're being controlled, how can you move away from this energy? Because Spirit's saying here, you deserve passion. You deserve your heart and soul to sing with joy. And that's not what I'm seeing in this current situation or in this energy that's coming back to you. Because again, there was some sort of healing here. Right? And so Spirit's like also saying, don't let this energy back into your life, because a lot of you have done the work and have cleared it. You might be triggered by something, but that doesn't mean that you go back. For others of you, you might be experiencing some sort of trauma or some sort of instability. It could come from losing a job or, finding out that somebody has passed. It could be anything. And you might feel really alone, and you might be tempted to go back to this energy for comfort, and Spirit's really warning you against that. Okay, so there are a lot of different scenarios taking place here. There are a lot of you watching, so take it how it resonates, and if it's not your reading, it's not your reading. But this is, the messages are kind of getting more specific here, like yeah. All right, so I'm going to read, these are cards from Ina Segal, and these are Heal Yourself reading cards. They're beautiful. And I'm going to read from the book. Additional messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Inner Child, number 16. 16 is also the number of our Tower card, right? So this could be a big shakeup. I really do get some of you are going to experience something that's going to make you feel like a kid again, but not in a good way, like where your need for protection is going. And I'm not saying it's necessarily like a natural disaster or a physical altercation, but something that might shake you up, that something that might trigger you, okay, into wanting to go back to an unhealthy relationship, okay? Or it could just be feeling lonely, all right? But this Inner Child card is really interesting because it's in order to be healthy, we must engage our imagination, creativity, and spontaneity. For those of you who are with this sort of energy here, you're not doing that, okay? Or you're with somebody, again, where I was saying, like, you can't unleash your passion. And it's really important that you make that decision, okay? Because out of everyone, Sagittarius, you guys are the sign that needs freedom. All right. When was the last time you did something spontaneous, intuitive, and outrageous? When and with whom do you feel uninhibited, relaxed, and completely comfortable to be yourself? Okay, not whoever this Swords energy is. All right. It can assist you. Your inner child can be your strongest ally or your biggest foe. It can assist you to heal childhood pain, rejection, loneliness, and abandonment. It can take you on an exciting adventure, which Sagittarius needs. All right, help you become more confident, daring, original, and bold. Or it can make you believe in childish ways, bring up anxiety, fear, and suspicion. This card beckons you to heal your childhood pain and discover your independence, compassion, creativity, talents, and joy. Look at that. Joy is coming out a lot. Sag, you need to bring joy back. A healthy inner child can help you connect to your integrity, divinity, and purity. It believes in miracles and creates magic in your life. And so does the magician. The magician creates magic. Whoa. I feel like I've lost myself in this reading, you guys. Whoa. And it's a good exercise with the inner child work. Also, like if you're trying to decide about if you've been hurt in past relationships, having a healthy inner child and outlook is really important. And sometimes, check and see if you're trying to make a decision about someone, how does that make your inner child feel? Don't think about it. Just ask. Envision yourself, and what is your inner child's reaction to a person or to a situation? And oftentimes that's a good guide Okay, because I've been around people that my adult self liked and wanted to be around, and there were some things I wasn't quite sure about. And, you know, just asking your inner child, and their reaction was, get me away from this person. And I've always been able to trust that. You know, children know. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm shaking this so much. Has it been shaking the whole time? Okay. Okay, that's the message for you. That's it. Wow. So this is your first card. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Yeah, so for some of you, you guys are in a relationship and you have to sort of see where there's codependency, where there's toxicity, you know, being friends again. Okay, and again, we saw that here with that Five of Wands energy. What role do you play in this? For others of you, you just are downright with a bad egg. Okay, or there's some sort of bad seed coming back to you. And then you get soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. Yeah, so some of you guys are really struggling with loneliness. Okay, and that might be triggering you and making you want to go back to something familiar and comfortable but unhealthy. All right, and Spirit saying, no, hold out. You deserve, you know, you deserve your heart and soul to sing with joy. You deserve passion. You can manifest it. You can do it. You have a little bit of healing to do, but don't go back to any sort of toxic situation. Make the decision right now. If you don't have a partner, or if you don't have someone to lean on, you know, look for, you know, friends and families, sisters, siblings, brothers, people that, you know, people that are going to help you move forward, not backwards. All right. I know this was a heavy reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I have, because I feel like the messages are there for someone. They're very important messages. All right, Saggies, I love you guys. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment, share, ring that notification bell. But most of all, I want to thank you for all the love and support you show this channel, and I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Take care.